Pray for the day. Fade in. Close up on a TV screen. An NBC Evening News broadcast. Superimpose on screen. 2009.
This is the NBC Evening News. Reporting tonight, Dan Curtis.
Tonight, we begin with the lingering effects of the real estate crash that hit home with millions of Americans last year. The foreclosure rate is on the rise, with more and more Americans owing more on their homes than they're worth. Tonight, we focus on one of the hardest hit areas, Miami, Florida, where not only have the home prices been affected, but local businesses are now being affected too. Reporting from Miami, Jessica Chandler.
Series of shots. Miami real estate, new condos, home developments, golf courses, beaches.
This was life in Miami a few years ago when real estate was the way to go. Low interest rates, stated income, and equity lines lead to the upswing of home ownership, and now?
Foreclosure signs, deserted and ransacked homes, neglected yards, peeling paint.
This was the result as the market crashed and homeowners went underwater. Simply put, they owed more than their homes were worth, forcing many out. Now the homes are vacant and businesses have no customers.
People carrying boxes, kids crying, police serving eviction notices, for lease signs on businesses. The voice and TV screen fade out. Superimpose on screen, present day. Exterior street, day. An old abandoned neighborhood, eerily quiet. Overgrown yards, broken windows, a gentle breeze blows tattered curtains around the windows. A hose trickles rusty water. Weeds pop out of cracks in the streets. Suddenly, bang! A shot rings out off screen. We hear commotion nearby. A man, 30s, bloody, bruised, dripping sweat and torn clothing, comes running out of a thicket of brush and drops prone on the ground, trying to catch his breath. Looks up and sees a house in front of him, gets to his feet and runs up to the door, knocks with all his might, nothing. Runs over to a neighboring house, again, nothing. Off to one side, he hears the slow rumbling of a truck engine. Down the street, he sees an old beat-up pickup slowly driving the street. The sun reflects off the windshield. With his last ounce of strength, he throws himself against the door and it flies open, sending him sprawling to the floor. Interior house, day. An unkempt house, old furniture, stuff scattered all over the place. He slams the door shut and runs from room to room. Nobody. Goes to the kitchen and hurriedly goes through the drawers. Finds an old pair of scissors. Hears the truck outside. The engine stops. Hears the doors creak open. Runs into a bedroom. Hides in a closet. Interior closet. He crouches down, trying to catch his breath. He hears the front door slowly opening and several sets of footsteps entering and moving about the house.
We saw y'all run in here. Better come out. The more we wait, the worse it's gonna get.
Shaking, he holds the scissors at the ready. Hears the sound of a shotgun being cocked. Closes his eyes tight.
Bring him here.
Several people are heard entering the bedroom, then no sound. The closet door cracks open and a rattlesnake enters. He grits his teeth, trying not to scream, and shakes even harder as the snake is on him, rattle going full speed. Laughter is heard outside the closet. The closet door is pulled open, revealing several male figures, dirty, greasy, and dripping with sweat. One of them points a pistol at him.
Wakey, wakey, hands off, Snakey.
He fires the pistol into the closet over the victim's head. This spooks the snake, who leaps and bites his neck. He screams in agony and grabs hold of the snake, and it bites his arm. He trembles as the life drains out of him. Then, nothing. The laughter in the room and a few cheers grow louder and louder.
No witnesses.
Exterior, Miami International Airport, day. A passenger plane touches down. Interior, airport terminal, day. Making their way off the plane are John Pearson and his wife Kathy, both mid-30s. Both a little overdressed for the heat and humidity of Miami.
Well, here we are.
Where's the car rental counter?
Don't need one. Miguel said he's going to send a driver for us, remember? You okay?
I'm okay. I just took too many drama. I forgot you shouldn't drink coffee with it.
I appreciate you flying even though you don't like it.
It's okay. You work hard enough, and I didn't want you driving out here.
Well, hopefully my hard working days will be over soon.
Up ahead is a driver holding a sign. Pearson.
There's our ride.
They approach.
John Pearson.
Yes, and this is my wife, Kathy.
Welcome to Miami. Car's right outside.
Interior car, day. John and Kathy get in. Kathy closes her eyes and rubs her neck.
You sure you're not too tired?
I should be fine.
Everything okay, sir?
Yeah, if you could just take us straight to our hotel. I'll call Miguel and cancel until tomorrow.
Honey, no.
No, you need to rest. He'll understand. To our hotel, be fine.
Whatever you say, sir.
Interior hotel room, day. Kathy lays on the bed, eyes closed, a wet towel on her forehead. John is on his phone.
Yeah, I apologize for the delay. So you're good for tomorrow? It's very nice, but we can easily rent a car. No. I agree. We don't know the area, and we're within walking distance of a lot of stuff. So I suppose it would be. Yes. Thank you, Miguel. We'll see you tomorrow at 9.
Did he understand?
Yeah, perfectly. You any better?
Yeah, a lot. Never got used to flying.
If you're still not comfortable with it, going home, we'll rent a car. You know, maybe take a side trip. If I cancel, it won't cost me airline miles.
That's sweet, but we'll see.
So we're meeting him tomorrow at 9.
Where?
Coffee shop around the corner. He's doing all the driving too.
That's nice of him, but I still think that we should have a car of our own.
Anything?
Well, if he does the driving, and let's say decide early on that we don't want to do this, at least we're free to tool around, even if we, let's say spend a few extra days.
Aha, you're thinking about the side trip already, aren't you?
I just don't want to be dependent on Miguel for the next few days.
Okay, there's still time. I'll call the front desk. These rental places normally have pickup.
Interior coffee shop, morning. John and Kathy are seated at a booth. In walks a Hispanic male, Miguel Delgado, late 30s, clean cut, dressed in a suit and carrying a satchel. John waves him over. Later at the booth, paperwork is covering the table. Brochures, applications, etc.
So, what do you think?
Well, it seems like an interesting enough opportunity.
Oh, it is. Trust me. It's like the state of Florida is on sale.
Apparently.
And it's looking for cash investors like you.
And you pay 15%?
Not me, my company. It's 12% on the flips and 15% on buy and holds.
Seems too good to be true.
I know it does. Now, John, you're a financial planner, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you've seen firsthand how the markets go up and down, right?
Sure.
And when the economy tanked years ago, didn't you have that little group of folks that invested a ton of money?
Oh, yeah.
And right now, they are sitting in pretty. In the crash of 1929, that created more millionaires than any time in history, but all the news talked about was people jumping out of windows or selling apples on the street corners. America was on sale. I see the same thing right here.
John raises his eyebrows and nods.
And you, Kathy, as a property manager, you see your clients make money.
That's why we started reading about this. We wanted to retire young.
And you're not going to do that with a traditional savings IRA or 401k that just rides the market and Social Security, forget it. But you still have the baby boomers who are retiring and more coming in from Canada. You've come to the right area to do this. It's a whole new market.
Well,
Okay to be nervous. Only a fool wouldn't be nervous.
And you said on the phone you have investors from all over?
Mainly the East Coast. A lot from New York and Boston. You know, the winter folks. You're the first from LA.
I want to ask, how did you get into this?
Old story, you know. Folks came from Cuba when I was just a little boy, spoke no English. Both my parents struggled working multiple jobs just to feed me and my siblings. I started working when I was about 7, raking leaves for neighbors, sweeping driveways, and really liked making my own money. As I got older, worked more and more, learned English, went to school, and in college, me and some friends found different ways to make money in real estate. We soon realized that the streets of America are paved with gold. So, the real estate bubble burst, and I went out and grabbed my claim, and years later, here I am.
Wow. The American dream story.
Absolutely. So I have a way to help people do the same. Everybody makes money. Everybody's happy, but people still settle for the safe investments and don't make anything on their returns.
Okay then. How many areas are we going to today?
I'm taking you to some areas south of here. I've got breakfast, and let's head to the car.
No, I forgot to tell you, we did get a rental car.
Miguel's reaction is surprise, somewhat put off.
Oh, I was going to drive you around.
No, well, we can follow you. I have the addresses from the brochures and MapQuest on my phone. So.
This was in case we wanted to tour around at the end of today.
Fine. If that's what you want to do.
Kathy and John look at each other, surprised by his reaction.
Okay then, first stop, Palm Acres.
Exterior street later that day. The two cars drive around several neighborhoods long since abandoned. Weather-worn exteriors, overgrown yards with a lot of dead shrubbery, broken windows, a proverbial ghost town. Miguel slows down, points at one house and stops his car in front of one home. John does the same.
Let's take a look at this one.
Interior house, day. A house abandoned for years.
This is what I'm talking about.
How much is this one?
$15,000 for the bank. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
You were right. Florida is for sale.
And this is just the beginning.
Now, you said as investors we'd make 12% on a flip?
What you do is invest the money with my company. Your money helps me rehab these homes and I pay you the 12%. Once the home sells, you get your principal investments back in full and my company makes the profits on the sale. Then you have the option to invest again. As much or as little as you want. It's a win-win for everybody.
Jeez, maybe we can retire.
Worst case scenario is you get the deed to the house, it's yours, but the areas of research are due for a huge comeback.
The looks on John and Kathy's faces are cautious optimism.
Okay, well, here's what we'll do. We have all the info on the areas we looked at today. Let us take it back to our hotel and review it further. And tomorrow we'll have a better idea.
Fine with me. No pressure.
So where are we going tomorrow?
An area south of here called Plantation Estates. It's kind of on the outskirts, but I believe another area on the rebound. It's about an hour from the main part of town.
Okay. So, same coffee shop tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Same place. I appreciate you taking the time with me.
No. Thank you. It really sounds like a very interesting opportunity.
Interior restaurant evening. Paperwork and food spread out all over the place. John and Kathy are going over it for the 20th time.
Any thoughts?
Well, he didn't pressure us into anything. He gave us his business model, so...
Think we should do it?
Let's just spend another day with him tomorrow and see what else is out there. I'm still visualizing early retirement.
I remember your dad used to say that a lot.
Oh yeah. Parents always want something better for their kids, and yet they give you this opportunity. Makes them happy and sad at the same time.
Are you okay now? It's been over a year.
Yeah. Yeah, once we finally sold their house, I realized I couldn't go home again. No life insurance and stocks, I had no idea what they'd say.
Okay then. This might be our opportunity, gift from your folks.
Yeah, you were still taking care of me.
Do you feel guilty about, the things we talked about?
Well, when Mom died, it was hard on Dad, and I tried to spend every moment I could with him. When he died, I thought of things I could have said or should have said.
Do you mean when you left the military?
Dad really wanted me to stay in. Said they'll take care of you, retire at 55, get a great pension.
Just because your dad was a career guy didn't mean you had to. You tried for 5 years and left, so what? You still went to school and got your degree, found your career. You don't think he was proud of you?
Sometimes I always wondered if anything I did was good enough for him, or anyone. Mom was always happy and proud of me, but Dad was one of those typical military dads who expected more from his son. I guess that's why I want to make as much money as I can right now.
And if all goes well, you will retire early.
We will retire early.
See? Your dad's wish for you will come true.
I guess I didn't look at it that way.
And remember, I got something out of your time in the military too.
What was that?
Your sergeant, who taught that self-defense class for military wives where I met Sharon and started working for her management company.
That's true. Yeah, Sarge always said you were his best student.
Well, growing up with 3 brothers didn't hurt either. That was survival. I wish I would have learned that stuff earlier in life, then they wouldn't have picked on me so much.
Kathy raises her wine glass.
Well, here's to your folks.
And their son. 3 brothers, and you still got married. That is bravery.
Exterior street, day. The 2 cars enter an abandoned security booth displaying plantation estates, more neglected homes, weeds growing in the streets, pass an abandoned strip mall in the community, recreation centers, swimming pool, dirty water and alligators in it, tennis and shuffleboard courts decayed, several lakes overgrown with unkempt palmettos, cypress and sand pines. They drive down more and more streets, revealing the decay. Finally, they stop at one home and exit their vehicles.
You weren't kidding when you said the outskirts.
Yeah, this used to be a target retirement area for anyone looking to literally get away from it all.
We meant to ask you yesterday, What is going to stop vandals from coming in and stealing after the renovations have started?
Good question. We're contracting out with a private security firm on all our sites. This area, they'll be right on at the entry gate, 24 hours, so we have that covered.
Impressive.
We're not taking any chances.
So, what's with this house?
I want to show you what we're doing to homes in this area. This one is a better example of how we're going to upgrade. Come on in.
He brought us all the way here. We passed hundreds of homes back there.
Well, let's just hear what he has to say.
Come on.
Ugh, nothing says flora like that.
In the front grass, there's an alligator statue in the middle of the yard.
Damn, that looks real.
John playfully makes a half-witted lunge at it. The alligator comes to life, jaws open, hissing at John, who falls backward and stumbles over to the house. Kathy, running up to the house, laughs at John, who's stumbling right after her. The alligator scurries away. Miguel smiles.
Yeah, I'd say it's real.
Damn! Are there many of those around here?
Yeah, a few. We're going to catch and relocate them once renovation begins.
Yeah, hopefully to Georgia.
You're okay. Come on.
Interior house, day. A better-looking house, just dirty. Spiderwebs and peeling wallpaper. A few wooden chairs are scattered about.
Not too bad.
Wow.
This is going to be one of our less expensive ones to renovate.
So what's this one going for?
$22,000. And since it's going to be a lot less to renovate, it's going to make a huge profit.
How many companies are backing these communities?
Let's see, mine and about 10 others around Florida. It's big.
They hear a truck pull into the driveway. Exterior driveway, day. An old beat-up pickup truck rumbles into the driveway. 4 men exit. Interior house, day.
Who's that?
My contractors.
You didn't say anything about meeting contractors.
I just called them this morning, wanted you to see what they plan on doing. Just wanted, to be thorough. I'll be right back.
He exits.
That seems odd. Why would a contractor come all the way here? We haven't made any deal yet.
Well, let's just hear them.
I don't know about this.
The front door opens. In walk the 4 men, looking like they just came out of a trailer park. Travis, mid-30s, unshaven, long greasy hair, jeans, and a dirty tank top. Multiple tattoos on his arms. Jesse, mid-30s, unshaven, wearing a backwards baseball cap and sunglasses. A cigarette dangles from his mouth. Ethan, mid-20s, spots of facial hair, t-shirt and jeans. And Harley, early 20s, thin build, long hair and a ponytail, obnoxiously chews gum.
Howdy, folks.
Hi. And you are?
Oh, we're just working for Miguel.
Contractors?
They all look at each other and laugh.
You all might say that.
Mike?
Well, exactly what do you do?
Harley pulls a sawed-off shotgun from his back and points it at them.
Armed robbery for starters.
John grabs Kathy, puts her behind him.
What the hell is this?
This is a gun.
He means shut up and don't move.
Jesse pulls out a Bowie knife. Ethan and Harley pull out handguns. Miguel comes back in carrying paperwork, the look on his face completely different than before.
They've been acting up.
We just got suspicious, but we calmed them down.
Miguel, what the hell is this?
This is creative finance. You and I have a few banks to go to.
You're robbing us?
For God's sake, why?
Yeah, I'll explain it on the way. Ethan, go and get Henry out of the truck, bring the rope and chains too.
What about her?
She stays here with my boys.
Please, don't harm her.
She'll be fine as long as you cooperate. Jesse, get a chair. Give me your cell phone. Get hers too.
Jesse grabs a chair. Travis gets both their phones, throws them to the floor, and boom, boom, blows them away with his gun. Ethan returns with the rope, chains, and a burlap bag. A hissing noise comes from the bag. Jesse grabs Kathy, who resists. John steps in and is hit in the stomach by the shotgun held by Travis. He falls to the ground in a fetal position. Travis places his boot on his neck. Jesse forces a screaming Kathy into the chair, and Ethan begins tying her down with the ropes and chains.
Oh, say some of those for him.
Fucking bastards.
Travis places the barrel of the gun in John's mouth.
You shoot your mouth off again, I'll shoot yours off.
Kathy's now tied down, a gag placed in her mouth. Ethan picks up the burlap bag, puts it right up to Kathy's face. The hissing sound continues. She tries to scream from under her gag.
What do you want?
Right now, I want to go. Come on, John, on your feet. You got business to attend to.
Travis releases his foot. John slowly rises to his feet, is overwhelmed by the sense of helplessness as he looks at Kathy struggling.
This is my snake, Henry.
A purebred southern copperhead. Loves to bite down on things.
If you behave, y'all can touch a snake if you know what I mean.
An evil kind of chuckle fills the room. John's on his feet, sweating, enraged look on his face, not knowing what to do next. Kathy's look is one of pleading.
John, burning daylight here. You drive.
Exterior, sonic drive-through day. John is seated on the driver's side, drained and emotionless. Fills out some paperwork. Miguel, seated in the passenger side, munching on a hamburger.
You sure you don't want something? They're really good. No? Why'd you turn the AC back on? You can't go into a bank sweating like that. They'll think you're going to rob the place or something. No pun intended.
Why are you doing this?
Hey, everything in life is about money, right? Everybody wants a certain amount of wealth and comfort, right?
Why not just work for it like most people do?
I did that for years and years. I paid my dues, as did my parents, and guess what? They still lost their home. The stress killed both of them, so I decided to turn the tables. And you, capitalizing on the lost dreams of others for your own gain. Did you really think a bunch of investors were going to be able to rehab a bunch of deserted communities? Believe me, nature will reclaim that land long before any human does.
Why us? How did you know about us?
That's a good question. And you deserve an explanation. I have people out there researching the financial records, obituary sections, all that stuff called inside information. It's kind of like cold calling, which is exactly what people in your business do. These connections of mine found out the life insurance payments to you and your wife. I sent out investment opportunities, promised great returns, and fly you 3,000 miles out from LA. You're the first from LA, so you should feel honored. Sorry to hear about your parents, by the way.
No, you're not.
Hey, give me some credit here. I lost my parents too. Do you know what I got when my parents passed away? $457 they had in a savings account, and you get $825,000? Yeah, I know all about that. All the assets your folks accumulated. Man, that ain't right.
There are people in worse situations. Everybody loses someone they care about, but unlike you, I didn't decide to rob people just to make myself feel better.
Rob is such an ugly word. You could have invested 50 grand to test the waters, but I couldn't live on that. I want it all. I want my piece of the action.
So you get the money, and you let us go.
Yeah, you live. You go back home and you get back to your life, but remember, I have connections all over the place. They'll be watching you.
How's that? This seems too good to be true.
I'm not into killing people. I just want my piece of the action. Now, start the car and let's get this fucking thing over with. I'm done talking.
Interior bank, day. An account service rep is seated at her desk looking at her computer. John and Miguel are seated on the other side. Miguel is smiling. John's look is distant.
Okay, so you want to do a wire transfer to...
John's look is still preoccupied.
South Florida Capital Investors. Sorry about my associate here. He's been celebrating this deal all night. Right, John?
Yeah, celebrating.
Well, sounds like an interesting opportunity from what you told me.
It is. Very exciting.
Okay, Mr. Pearson, just need you to sign here, and then go over to our notary, and you'll be all set.
John slowly takes the pen, hand shaking a little as he signs.
I told him not to do so many tequila shots. Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll never do that again.
Exterior parking lot, day. They exit the bank.
Hang on, John. A few more banks and we're done. Remember, someone's life depends on you. And can you not look so nervous? Huh? Man, I thought you financial planners were the calm types.
Wide shot of the abandoned community. The sun dips slowly behind a lake. Only the sounds of crickets and frogs are heard. A few cranes fly over. Interior house later. Kathy, still tied to the chair, looks like she's about to faint. Travis is on the lookout at the front window. Jessie is seated next to Kathy, keeps pouring bottled water on her head.
We don't want you passing out on us now.
Ethan sits in a corner, Henry draped around his neck like a Hawaiian lei. Front door opens. John and Miguel enter.
Yeah, they're back. All taken care of?
Yeah, we're good. Where's Harley?
Went to get the new tow truck, you know, for their car.
I told you I drive you around. You keep making things complicated.
John brushes past Travis and runs to Kathy.
Honey, you okay?
Well, of course she's okay. What do you think we are, animals or something?
John pulls the gag down. Kathy catches her breath. John hugs her.
Okay, enough of this sweetheart shit. Get his wallets too.
Ethan and Jesse grab hold of John, restraining him. Kathy screams and Travis moves over and puts the gag back in her mouth.
What the hell now? You said you didn't let us live!
Yes, I did. But I didn't say for how long. Man, you were so gullible. Did you really think I'd let you go and have you guys just out in LA following you, watching you? Jeez, ain't enough money in the world for that kind of help. This whole thing has been too damn easy. Bring him to the kitchen and tie him down. Bring her too.
Ethan punches John in the stomach and they drag him to the kitchen, place him in a chair and begin tying him down. Kathy, now hysterical, is dragged backwards in her chair into the kitchen, still tied down.
You fucking liar.
I suggest you keep quiet.
Now restrained, John struggles. Ethan walks in with Henry.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Quiet him down.
Travis smacks him across the face with a shotgun. Chair falls over and John hits the floor, unable to cushion his fall. The front legs of the chair crack ever so slightly from the impact. He's picked up off the floor and gagged by Jesse. Kathy is sweating profusely, unable to scream through her gag.
How do you want to do this?
Let's just blow their heads off.
Hey, no. We want it to look like an accident, not a fucking murder scene. If Henry bites him, then they're just a couple checking out homes, and they were bitten by snakes hiding out, or they turn on the kitchen burner that exploded, burning them, or we beat them to death and stage a car accident. What haven't we done yet?
Yeah. I like burning them. That would be fun.
I'll get the torches.
John and Kathy continue to struggle. John notices a little give in the chair leg where he is tied. Jesse comes in carrying a box of Molotov cocktail bombs.
It'll be over soon.
I get to do the first one.
Me next.
Jesse walks over to John and lights the bomb. The looks on everyone's faces is an evil anticipation as they cheer. Kathy closes her eyes tightly. John soon realizes the leg of the chair is looser. With his last ounce of strength, the chair leg snaps. He kicks the bomb and it falls back into Jesse, igniting him. Jesse falls back on the remaining bombs and they ignite, setting the kitchen on fire. Travis and Miguel scramble out of the kitchen, cursing. Ethan is caught in a corner, trapped by the flames. From out of the flames comes John, still his upper extremities strapped to the chair. Like a missile, he launches him at Ethan, knocking him against the wall. The head butts him right in the face. Ethan's nose explodes with blood and his eyes roll up into his head as he collapses. John throws himself and the chair against the wall. It breaks apart and he is freed. Grabs a handgun from Ethan's waist and jumps over through the flames to Kathy, quickly unties her and unravels the chains from her feet. Ethan begins to struggle to his feet. Kathy, hysterical, baring her teeth, grabs the broken chair leg and with a jagged edge plunges it into Ethan's neck. He gurgles and grabs the protrusion, falls to his knees, and Kathy kicks him in the face. Travis pokes his head from around a doorway and aims his shotgun at John, who in an instant fires at Travis, who retreats.
Gee, he's got a gun!
Fuck! Out the front door!
Travis and Miguel run out of the house. Ethan is lifeless. Jesse is now a burnt corpse.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Where are they?
We have to get out of here right now. His phone.
John grabs the chains, hangs them around his neck, grabs another handgun off the kitchen floor and puts it in the waist of his pants. He and Kathy go past the flames and out a back door leading out of the kitchen. Exterior yard, night. They hide in some bushes on one side of the yard. Kathy's trying to catch her breath.
Breathe slow. You have to be quiet.
They wait. Suddenly they hear a truck pull up in front of the house. John gets to his feet and ducks down as suddenly Travis appears at a kitchen window silhouetted by flames. Travis swears out loud and begins throwing things. Comes over to the window.
You're dead, you hear me? You're trapped! Fuck!
He disappears from the window. Voices are heard from the front driveway.
Just stay here.
Please don't go.
No, I gotta go see if they leave. Sit here and wait for them to find us. We have to go for it.
He crawls along the ground, turns a corner, and sees standing in the driveway Travis, Miguel, and Harley, who's returned with a tow truck. Exterior driveway, night. Harley grabs a fire extinguisher from the truck and runs inside the house.
So now he's got a gun. God damn.
They can't get far.
Can you get more guys?
Well, hell yeah, but you gotta pay them.
You get enough guys here and I'll pay them for their time. I'll pay them extra if they bring me their severed heads.
Let me call Jerry. He knows some local hunters.
Harley comes out of the house.
Take care of it?
Yeah, it's out. But Jess and Ethan, they're fried, man.
Fuck. Hold on. Travers is calling for some backup.
They got away?
Only for now. Do me a favor. You have a swamp light in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to drive around, shine the light in homes, bushes, anywhere they could be hiding. And call me if you see anything, but stay on the streets. They could be using them as a straight shot out of here. We're 5 miles inside, so they can't be that far.
What about you?
I'm gonna go wait here for the backup.
Harley takes off in his truck. Travis is off the phone.
Well?
They're coming. Jerry and 2 other guys. Spotlights, AR-15 rifles, radios, the works.
What about vehicles?
Just 1 truck. We can put 2 of them on foot to cover more area.
Exterior yard, night. John crawls back over to Kathy, who's whimpering and shaking. He checks the guns. One still has a full clip. The other, 8 rounds left.
Honey, calm down.
I can't, I'm shaking.
I know, believe me, I'm scared too, but we have to stay focused. We just need to find some kind of help.
Where?
Maybe there are some residents still here, or they might have a phone. We have a full moon, so if we just stay off the streets, we'll be okay. One of them is driving around, so we have to stay out here in the dark, and maybe a cop car will come through. I have guns, chains, and I'll use them if I have to, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, then let's go.
They disappear into the darkness behind the house. John holds the chains tightly against his body so they don't rattle. Exterior street, night. Harley is driving slowly up and down the streets, holds a big handheld spotlight out the window, shining it on homes and shrubbery, sees a bush shaking, gets on his radio.
Yeah, I got some half mile down the road. Hold on.
The bushes continue to move, then 2 deer jump out and run down the street.
Never mind, just a couple of key deer. Place is probably crawling on them.
Exterior driveway, night. A couple of trucks pull up in front of Travis and Miguel. 4 men exit the vehicles. Travis's friend Jerry, followed by Duke and Connor, all mid-30s, looking every bit the part of hunters armed with knives and rifles.
Travis, what's the action tonight?
I'll let my associate tell you. This is Miguel. Jerry, this guy can hunt anything.
Hey,
Thanks for coming.
these are Duke and Connor, my hunting party.
So, how much we getting paid?
Can't wait to talk about money, huh?
None of us can.
I admire your enthusiasm. First, the situation. We have a man and a woman on foot, yes? 2 actually escaped. The guy's name is John, and they killed Ethan and Jesse in the house. Woman's name is Kathy. We know he has at least 1 handgun with an unknown amount of rounds. They took off on foot, so with the darkness, they're probably running towards Palmetto Shores, a local lake north of here. Right now, Harley is on the streets looking for them. The price is $10,000 per man for your time. Shouldn't take long, so whoever actually kills them will get another $10,000. I want them dead, and I want them dead before sunrise so we can get out of here. Keep communications open and choose your direction.
Okay, guys, lock and load.
Exterior field, night. John and Kathy trudge across the field. They can hear the distant rumbling of Harley's vehicle and the spotlight haloing some of the houses off in the distance. From a nearby home, John spots a spigot with a hose attached to it.
Over there.
They go up to it. John struggles for a bit, then turns the handle. A light stream of water comes out.
Bingo.
Oh God, I need it.
Wait, just let it run a little. It might be contaminated. Okay, now.
She grabs the hose, starts chugging down the water, stops, catches her breath and starts again, pours some on herself.
Okay, not too fast. Just start throwing up if you take too much.
She sits against the side of the house. John takes the hose and begins pouring water on himself. Takes a few swigs, then goes and sits next to Kathy.
Why us?
I have a feeling we're not the only ones who's doing this too.
So what do we do now?
We have to hide somewhere. They're looking for us right now, so we just have to hide until morning, and then we'll have a better chance.
Hide where?
This is a big area. There's a lot of homes and open land, and it's dark, so if we get inside somewhere, we should be okay.
Exterior driveway, night. Duke and Connor, fully armed, get back in Jerry's truck.
We're ready? All right, you take care of the west side. You 2 take the east. We'll keep Harley up on the north side.
What about y'all? We'll drive around the south area just on the chance they might make it to the front entrance, but I doubt it considering what they have to navigate.
Alright, you guys take off and keep communications open.
Let's take 2 vehicles. I'll go solo.
You're the hunter. Travis, can you disable the GPS on this?
Sure.
Walks over with his shotgun. Boom, boom, into the dashboard.
Sorry I asked. Let's hide it in the garage.
I'm ready to go.
I guess it's human season.
Exterior field, night. John and Kathy are ducking in and out of foliage. They come upon a house covered in shrubbery on all sides. They hear the sounds of engines in the distance and see assorted lights illuminating the areas. They slowly enter the house. Interior house, night. The light of the full moon shines through the windows. They enter cautiously.
Anyone here? Hello?
No response. They keep moving forward. All they see are cobwebs, dust, and a few pieces of furniture going back to the 1970s. They find a bedroom with the windows boarded up, a dirtied mattress in the corner, and a card table chair in the middle of the floor.
Right here.
They go in. John removes the chains from around his neck and takes the 2 handguns and places them next to the mattress. Kathy just stands there, arms folded, looking around.
It's as good a place as anywhere.
I suppose.
We're in a back room and the windows are blown.
He takes the chair and props it under the door handle.
If we wait till morning, it won't be late.
Will they be able to see us?
We'll be able to see them.
John leads Kathy over to the mattress. They both sit, leaning against the wall. Kathy puts her head on John's shoulder.
Not like a Hilton, is it?
He doesn't call him what the hell.
John chuckles, holds her tightly as she closes her eyes. Finally, a chance to breathe. Exterior highway, night. A police car drives along on its nightly patrol. Interior police car. 2 officers, Mendez and Knowles, looking around. A rather slow night. Not a lot of traffic on the highway.
Unit 185.
Unit 185, go ahead.
Reports of a disturbance coming from the Plantation Estates area off Highway 197. Investigate and report back.
Roger that, Central en route. 2 miles out.
Knowles checks his dash-mounted computer for the call.
Once again, huh?
Yeah, another report from the trailer parked right near there. Probably kids on motorcycles are shooting off firecrackers. So.
What a way to start a shift.
Well, hey, at least we're on overtime. Can use the money.
Exterior street, night. Duke and Connor are patrolling on foot. Flashlights searching about, rifles aimed forward. Jerry patrols in his truck. Miguel and Travis are in theirs. Harley's truck is pulled off in some shrubbery. He pulls out a bottle of whiskey and a can of beer from the cooler.
Ain't gonna sit here all night and do nothing.
Exterior front gate, night. The police car enters the community. Exterior street later. Miguel and Travis, driving near the front gate, see the police car coming, entering, and driving straight for them.
Oh, Christ, we got company.
Just be
It's the
cool.
fucking cops.
Just be cool.
I'm turning around.
Don't make any sudden moves. Just keep driving. You guys, get off the street and kill your lights. We got cops at the front gate.
Mendez and Knowles see the truck approaching, turn on the flashing red and blue lights.
Not good, not good.
I'll do the talking. Just pull over and keep your hands on the wheel.
Travis pulls off. Police car pulls up in front of them at an angle. Mendez and Knowles exit. Mendez goes to Travis's side and Knowles to Miguel's. Flashlights on and pointed at them.
Good evening, sir. I'm Officer Mendez, Metro Police. Can I see your license, registration, and insurance, please?
Yep, no problem.
Hands him the information.
Says right here you're from Pembroke Pines. What are you doing down in these parts at this time of night?
It's this business, officer.
I'm talking to him, sir.
Do you have ID, sir?
Yeah.
Like he said, just business, sir.
What kind of business?
I'm a contractor.
And you, sir, what is your business?
I'm a real estate investor.
He hands Knowles one of his cards.
Like my partner said, what are you doing here at night?
Honestly, we've been looking at abandoned areas all day and we ran late, so before we went back to Miami, we wanted to look here real quick.
And again, what is your business with him?
I'm his contractor.
Okay. The reason we pulled you over was because we got called in on a disturbance call in this area?
Disturbance?
Yeah. You two know anything about that?
No, we haven't seen anything, but I've dealt with areas like this. You know, homeless people, vandals, and all that.
Yeah, that's what we thought too. So you guys heading home now?
Yes, sir. Wouldn't think of driving around these streets now.
Okay, there's your information back, and if I were you, I wouldn't drive in an area like this at night. Very dangerous.
Yes, sir. Thanks for your vigilance.
All right, free to go. Drive carefully.
Thank you, sir.
They head back to their car. Travis drives slowly toward the entry gate, goes a few hundred feet beyond, stops and looks in his rearview mirror to see the police car disappear into the darkness of the community. Miguel pulls a two-way radio from under his seat.
Okay, guys, stay off the streets. They're coming in. Radio silence. Leave your lights off. Going to stay here by the gate until they leave. Pray they don't find them.
Travis turns the truck around and drives back in, pulls off into some bushes, and turns off the headlights. Exterior fields, night. Jerry sits in his truck hidden by foliage, sees the police car slowly driving the streets, high beam flashlight darting about. Duke and Connor see the same thing from their positions. Interior house, night. Kathy is asleep on the mattress. John is sitting up, half asleep and half awake. Exterior street, night. The police car drives down the street where Kathy and John hide. Interior house, night. John sees the light coming through the outer edges of the boarded windows, reaches for one of the handguns. The light soon disappears, a look of relief on his face. Interior police car, night.
Think we should give up?
Yeah, nothing going on here tonight. If they are a bunch of kids, it would take them all night to find them.
Okay, call it in.
Unit 4185-10-4 on the plantation state's call. No signs of activity here. We're 10-8 headed back to 197.
10-4.
Exterior street, night. Miguel and Travis see the police car pull out of the entry gate and disappear down the highway.
Okay, boys, start looking. Cops are gone.
Interior street, morning. The sun rises over the community. Birds and crickets, only wildlife is heard. Interior house, morning. John is asleep, propped up against the wall. Kathy opens her eyes and jerks awake, a reflex from last night. John awakens and looks at Kathy, whose eyes are bucking out of her head.
We're okay. I think we made it through the night.
Oh my God, I must have collapsed.
We went out pretty quick.
You were awake all night?
Most of it. I think I heard them drive by last night.
What?
No way they saw us.
So what do we do now?
Wish I could find a Starbucks.
No response from Kathy.
Sorry, bad joke. Let me think of it.
Kathy goes over to the window, looks through the cracks in the boards.
It's morning. Think they're still around?
We were determined enough last night. They're probably out there somewhere. I'm sure just waiting.
So what now?
We can't stay here forever. We can't call anyone. We have no car. I estimate he drove us about 5 miles into the area. Jesus Christ.
John starts pounding the wall in anger.
Honey, it's okay.
I'm so sorry I got me into this.
Got me into what? You didn't make me do this. You didn't know who this guy was.
God, get us out of this and I'll never do real estate again. Okay, we have to keep moving. We have to be careful.
Exterior field, morning. Slowly the door to the house creaks open. John, gun at the ready and chains hanging from his neck, exits first. Kathy exits after, and John directs her over to a thicket of bushes. They disappear. Exterior street, morning. Near the front gate, Travis's truck sits off the street. Miguel is asleep in the passenger seat. Travis sits behind the wheel looking bored.
Hey, wake up.
What time is it?
6:30.
Anything? Anyone calling?
Nothing.
Okay, it's light out, so let's start moving. At least they'll be visible.
They haven't snuck out somewhere.
Not possible. They're hiding somewhere. Just drive.
You drive. I need a rest too.
Hey, who's running payroll here? Drive.
Travis gives Miguel an impatient, defiant look. He's exhausted.
You heard me. I'll get everybody's position.
Exterior field, morning. John and Kathy negotiate through some brush. All they see ahead of them is more brush and some deserted homes. Suddenly they hear a voice through a radio up ahead of them. It's the voice of Miguel.
Harley, say your position. Harley, come in.
Interior truck, morning. Harley is asleep. His head hangs out of an open window. A couple of empty beer cans and half a bottle of whiskey are in the passenger seat. Exterior field, morning. John and Kathy creep through some brush. Into their view comes Harley's truck. Miguel is still trying to contact him on the radio. They see Harley is passed out.
Bingo. Now's our chance. Stay here.
John creeps up on the truck, gun at the ready, tension etched on his face. He approaches Harley from the side and places the gun at his head. Harley slowly opens his eyes.
Dude, is that you?
He sees John standing there, panics, tries to move, but John presses the gun harder against his head.
Don't move or you're dead. Just your hands.
Harley, although dazed, complies. John orders him out of the truck. While exiting, Harley reaches back, grabs the keys, and puts them in his pocket. John orders him to turn around and puts his hands on the truck, just like cops.
We've been looking for you all.
Yeah, well, you found us. Now, where's Miguel?
Think I'm gonna tell you?
I know you are.
No way you're getting out of here, partner.
Kathy, come on out. I got this son of a bitch.
Kathy exits the bushes slowly.
Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna take us out of here. You're gonna call everybody and tell them you spotted us up here. Right after that call, you're gonna drive us down a side road and get us to the highway. There, we'll drop you off somewhere and take your truck.
Just like that.
We live, you live.
Man, you're dumber than shit if you all think it's gonna work.
Oh, it's gonna.
And you ain't going to the police.
You don't know what we're gonna do, and frankly, you're not in a position to negotiate. Honey, start the truck.
There's no keys.
Where are they?
Under the seat.
Kathy begins looking under the seats. John is temporarily distracted looking at her. Harley takes this opportunity, spins around, and knocks the gun from John's hand and punches him in the face, knocking John to the ground. He goes back to the truck, grabs Kathy by the hair, and begins pulling her out of the truck. Kathy struggles. Harley grabs his radio and yells out to the others he's caught them. Kathy scratches his face with her fingernails, then gouges his eyes, temporarily blinding him. John, still on the ground, pulls out his other handgun and fires several shots and strikes Harley, who lets go of Kathy and falls to his knees. He grabs the keys from his pocket and throws them into a nearby swamp. John runs up to Kathy. Harley is on his back, wounded and bloody, tries to reach for his radio. John fires at the radio, disabling him.
Nowhere to go, partner. They're coming for you.
All they'll find is your body.
John fires the last few shots in Harley's head. Kathy stands there in stunned silence. John regains the other gun Harley knocked from his hand, grabs Kathy's arm, and again they disappear into the brush. A few moments later, everyone converges on the area. Duke and Connor leap off Jerry's truck. Travis's truck pulls up. Everybody exits their trucks and stands there, stunned, looking at the bloodied corpse of Harley propped up against the truck. They look at each other like, how could this happen?
Christ, that's 3.
I can count, you fucking idiot.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
If you should have just shot him in the house, none of this would have happened.
Maybe I'll show you the same consideration.
Hey guys, this is not the time for the macho bullshit. At least we know they're still in that area.
Yeah, he's right. Now, I don't know what this couple's story is, but I want them dead now. Not in a few hours, now. House to house, every bush, shoot everything that moves. You're dead. I know you can hear me.
John and Kathy hear Miguel's voice in the distance.
That's too close. We gotta get some women back inside.
They hear the sound of a truck engine approaching quickly. They see another set of homes up ahead and run to the first one, enter a back door and slam it shut. Interior house morning. John and Kathy brace themselves against the door. John puts his gun in his waistband. Suddenly, across the living room, they see a homeless couple seated at a worn-out table on a couple of card table chairs. Billy and Tara, early 40s. Billy, about 6'5" high, imposing figure, long greasy hair, a dirty baseball cap, and Tara, wife, petite, hair tied back in a ponytail, plaid shirt and dirty jeans. Billy gets up and quickly approaches. John, carrying a buck knife, and quickly takes him by the shirt, props him up on the wall and places the knife to his chest. Kathy grabs hold of the gun from John's waistband and points it at Billy. Tara grabs a baseball bat.
Let him go.
Drop the gun, lady.
Let him go now.
What are you people doing here?
Surviving bitch, put the bat down.
Tara hesitates.
Bullets are faster than anything you got here. Now let him go and drop the bat.
Who are you people?
I can explain.
You're one of them, aren't you?
One of what?
Yeah, people hunters.
What are you talking about?
Those people that come in here and use folks like us for prey, for your own kind of sick fun.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but for your information, we are the prey.
No, she's telling the truth. Last night, they tried to kill us, but we got away.
I swear to God.
Do we look like hunters?
You're wearing chains and you got a gun. You look like one to me.
Mister, I suggest that you release my husband and let us explain. We weren't into killing people until last night.
Billy looks at John, who's shaking, removes the knife, and releases John. Kathy puts the gun down. Tara drops the bat and catches her breath.
It's a long story. If we can slow down a little, I'll tell you. Now, I'm John, and this is my wife, Kathy. And us being here is a really fucked up story.
A few moments later, everyone is seated on the worn furniture, an old mattress in a corner, assorted dry food items on the kitchen counter, a couple of beat-up suitcases against the wall. Half-melted candles are spread out all over the place. John and Kathy drink water from mugs.
That's the story.
Sounds familiar.
What do you mean?
We've seen the folks you're describing. Chasing folks through the swamps and fields. They killed 2 other folks last month. Took their bodies and threw them in the nearby swamp. Gators ate them. We've heard the screams all the way over here. Anyone even looks at them, they get the same treatment, so everyone just keep to themselves around here. Keep your windows, doors, and your mouth closed, and you'll be okay. It's the rule around here.
And you say they got everything you had?
They forced us at gunpoint and tried to kill us. We got a few of them, and right now there's about 4 or 5 left, and they're looking for us. We just need to get to the police.
Police rarely ever come in here.
How long have you two been here?
Too long. Billy did construction, and I managed a coffee shop. When the crash happened, there was no construction and the businesses started to shut down. Lost everything and ended up here like a lot of folks.
So I pick up work here and there, you know, day labor stuff. Pays for food, not much else.
How do you survive?
Burn candles at night. Got an old radio over there. Use the hose to clean up and stuff. Just do what you have to.
See that pile of change on the counter? That's our life savings right there.
Kathy and John look at each other, shake their heads.
We didn't realize. We're so sorry.
God, not your fault. It's all the bank's fault. We know what happened.
Yeah. Look, no offense, but we can't stay here another night, and we don't want to put you in danger, so... How do we get out of here?
Well, about 3 blocks north is Leland Swamp. You can try to cross it and get to the other side roads, but it's full of gators and water snakes.
Oh, wonderful.
And your best bet would be to head south to the entry gate on 197.
How far are we from there?
Good 3 or 4 miles, but longer if you try to go through the fields. This place is huge.
Yeah, we know.
I just go between the homes and move around them cautiously.
And which way is south?
Follow all street signs with arrows and an S on them. That'll take you south. Just be careful, there's all kinds of folks living here.
What kinds of folks?
Ooh, ex-cons, bail jumpers, parolees, drug dealers, ex-mental patients.
A human garbage dump. Sorry.
Understood. They're scattered all over the place, so if you happen to run into one, just think of them as a wild animal. Don't look them in the eye.
Well, I appreciate your help. If we get out of here, we'll owe you.
Good Lord says we all come into each other's lives for a reason.
We could always use some extra money.
We'll see what we can do.
Be careful.
Tara hands them a couple of water bottles. Kathy hugs her, and they exit through a back door and disappear into the foliage. Exterior field, day. Kathy and John move carefully between the shrubbery. Keep looking for street signs with the S on them.
Never seen that side of you.
What side?
Back there. The gun. Pretty damn good.
Well, you know what they say. Hell hath no fury.
I'm glad he bought it because the safety was on.
Exterior street, day. Connor and Duke are on foot patrol. People in the homes look out the windows through shredded curtains and quickly move away. Other people outside the homes see them and retreat back inside.
Yeah, get back inside, damn white trash.
Too bad we can't rob them.
They both laugh. Exterior field, day. John and Kathy come upon a clearing. In the distance, they see a little boy, 8, and a girl, 5, barefoot and wearing tattered clothing, kicking a ball around in a field.
Damn. Civility.
What should we do?
Okay, let's approach them slowly. Don't want any kids harmed. Maybe their folks have a phone. Fingers crossed.
They maneuver through some bushes towards the kids. Come within about 100 feet.
Okay, get their attention.
Me?
You're a woman, less of a threat.
Kathy exits the bushes, catches the attention of the little girl.
Hey, sweetheart. Are your parents around?
The little girl stands there, mouth agape. She screams.
Stranger!
No, honey.
Her brother runs up and takes her by the arm. They run away.
Daddy!
Exterior street, day. Connor and Duke hear the screams in the distance.
We got something. East side.
Check it out and report. Jerry, hold your position. We'll hold here on the south.
They run between homes, guns straight ahead. Exterior field, day. Kathy still tries to get the attention of the kids. Suddenly, their dad, big guy wearing overalls, appears, wielding a pitchfork.
Get the hell out of here.
John runs out of the bushes.
Hold it, mister. We're just looking for help, that's all.
Ain't gonna get it here. Now get out.
He approaches even quicker, raises the pitchfork, forcing John to draw his gun.
Don't move. We just need to get to a phone.
Phone? Boy, you came to the wrong place.
We're not looking to hurt anybody. There's somebody after us.
That's your problem. Now off my land, we got rights here.
Other people appear in the field brandishing shovels, axes, etc.
You can't shoot us all.
Well, let's just go.
Fuck.
John keeps his gun at the ready. Everybody just stands there watching them go back into the bush.
And don't come back.
Suddenly, Connor and Duke appear, point their guns at the mob. Everybody retreats. Connor trains his gun on the dad, who drops his pitchfork.
Which way do they go?
He points to the brush.
Back in your home, old man.
Exterior field, day. John and Kathy hide in a grove of trees. They soon see Connor and Duke coming out of some bushes, getting closer.
John and Kathy, I believe that's your names. Better show yourselves. We got business to take care of.
Now what?
We gotta keep heading south. House to house if we have to.
Still out of view, they sprint down a row of trees, come upon another set of homes. They look vacant.
There. We'll wait there till they're gone.
Approach one house, enter the door. Interior house, day. Close the door. John peers out a front window.
Are they there?
Well, well. Look what we got here.
John spins around thinking it's Miguel and his gang. It's not. Kathy grabs his arm. Standing in the living room are two men, long hair, unshaven, wearing denim vests, no shirts. One points a handgun on them. Right behind them on a table are several bags of rock cocaine, marijuana, and packing equipment.
You trying to get in on my action?
No, somebody's after us, that's all.
Yeah, well, somebody's after us too, like the cops and stuff. You're not one of them, are you?
No, of course not.
Hey, check out his chain, man. Probably belongs to that trailer park gang or something.
We're not gang members, we're just trying to get out of here, and some people tried to kill us.
Oh, poor baby. He's trying to get out of here. What's the matter? Our area ain't good enough for you?
They didn't say that.
And now you're not gonna say nothing.
Turns his attention to Kathy, grabs her, and gets her to her feet.
What about you, sweet thing?
Don't touch her.
He kicks John in the face. Kathy tries to scream, but her mouth is cuffed.
What do you think we ought to do with him?
Let's start with her.
Take her in the next room. I'm next.
Kathy's face is red as she tries to scream no through his hand. John sees this, gets back on his feet. Druggie number one starts to aim his gun, and then bang! John fires his gun first, hitting him, and the gun flies across the room. Bang! A second shot knocks him to the floor. John looks up at his partner with a firm grip on his wife.
Let her go.
The other releases Kathy, his grip on Kathy's mouth, then the rest of her. Kathy raises her foot back into the guy's groin and throws an elbow into his stomach and into his face. She steps away as he crumbles to the floor in pain.
It really works.
John points his gun at him.
I let her go, man.
You were forced, and by a woman no less. Shame on you.
John fires, hits him in the stomach. He now hits the floor, struggling to breathe. Kathy, on adrenaline, is near hysterical.
Honey, we have to get out of here now. Nowhere is safe.
Exterior field, day. They run out the front door, again hide in some brush. Now they see Connor and Duke coming into view.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Duke and Connor are approaching their hiding spot.
Those shots came from over there.
You go that way. Call out if you hear anything. Stand by. I think we got something.
They go off in different directions. Connor moves around some brush, taking a visual inventory, his gun pointed straight ahead. Suddenly, hears some rustling nearby.
I've got movement.
Moves over to the sound, stands there and aims.
Come on out of there.
Same rustling sound followed by several thumps. It's a bunch of rocks landing on the ground. Whack! He's struck by one. Turns and catches a brief glimpse of Kathy behind a tree throwing rocks. She runs off in the other direction.
Fucking A. You're mine.
Takes off after her, runs into the same area of trees, stops and looks around. Hears a bird whistling behind him. It's John. Wham! Strikes him in the face with his hand wrapped in a chain. Wham! Another strikes, knocks Connor back. John knocks the gun from his hand. Connor grabs a knife from his belt, and John swings the chain. It wraps around Connor's arm, and he drops the knife. John pulls his gun.
Don't move.
Kathy comes running out from behind the trees. Connor, bloodied and slightly dazed, is on one knee, grabs for his radio.
Drop it.
He tosses it aside.
All right, you got me.
Grab the radio.
What are you gonna do now? Think there's not more of us out there?
There's 4 of you left. First 3 are always the hardest.
Connor looks surprised. He knows that.
Now brace yourself against that tree. Honey, find a stick.
John keeps his gun on Connor, goes over to a tree and braces himself against it.
Now what?
Kathy comes over with Connor's radio. John hands her the chains.
Wrap this around his neck.
She places the chain around his neck and wraps it around the tree, grabs his stick and places it through the links. Connor feels the tension around his neck and starts to squirm.
It's holding.
Good.
Why not just kill me?
Too easy for you.
What about you, honey? You look like the caring type. Talk to your men here and get me out of this. You gotta have some womanly instincts inside of you.
Kathy walks up, punches him in the face, and kicks him in the groin. Connor's look a combination of anger, surprise, and pain.
Fuck you, bitch.
John.
You're the one who's fucked, bitch.
John places the gun on his leg and fires. Connor screams, but his mouth is cuffed by John. Blood pours from his leg. Duke hears the shot, runs toward it.
That's in case you escape. Call Miguel, let him know what's happening here. Let's move.
Connor struggles with the chain.
They'll find you. They'll cut your fucking heads off.
John puts the gun to his head.
Shut up!
Connor grits his teeth, winces, and trembles from the pain.
Why did you do that?
He's gonna lead everybody right to here, and we'll head the other direction. Call him.
I'm hit.
Talk to me. You're hit?
Son of a bitch jumped me. I'm chained to a tree and I'm bleeding to death. North side behind the field of 32nd Street.
Let's go.
They flee into the brush. Exterior street, day. Miguel and Travis in their truck.
North side, go. I knew they wouldn't get out of here.
If you knew, then why didn't we all just head there? Could
Don't-
have gotten them by now.
Don't fucking question me. Jerry, where are you?
A few miles out, cutting through some fields.
Exterior field, day. Duke comes running up to Connor, stops, shocked by what he sees.
Help me.
Jesus Christ!
Duke runs up, undoes the chain. Connor falls to the ground like a rag doll.
Jesus, man, are you okay?
I'm cold, so cold.
The other 2 vehicles come speeding into the area. Everybody runs to Connor.
They really fucked him up.
Connor, Christ, they got an argument.
Can you do anything?
Jerry takes off his flannel shirt, tries to make a tourniquet.
Hang on, man, hang on.
Connor just lays there, eyes unblinking and staring straight forward. Everybody is frozen.
Damn!
You do realize this makes 4 now.
You shut up.
We should have just gone straight after them last night instead of this bullshit flanking maneuver.
You are really pissing me off right now.
Good. Hey, look, I don't know who these people are, but whoever they are, they're outsmarting us.
Don't you ever say that again. They're just getting lucky.
Lucky. 4 dead is not luck.
You want to be 5?
You threatening me?
Damn right I am.
Everybody fucking cool it. Now.
What do we do now?
New plan. They have to be heading south to the entry gate. We just moved south. They've got to be getting tired. Stay on the streets, though, and check between the houses. They can't stay hiding in the bushes. Shoot at anything that moves, and let everyone know if you see a cop car anywhere. All right, we move. I want this thing done.
I'll stay in this area just in case they're still here.
Okay, rest of us, let's hit the streets.
Exterior yard, day. John and Kathy are still on foot running between homes. They come up on another spigot.
I have to stop.
Okay.
They turn the water on. Suddenly, several black widows run out of the hose. John throws it to the ground.
Jeez! There's another one over here.
A few moments later, they're sitting on the floor in an enclosed porch. John checks his guns. 2 rounds left in one, 6 in another.
What time do you think it is?
Based on the sun, about noon by the position of the sun.
Really? How do you know?
Military field training.
It's paying off now.
Damn right.
Are we getting out of here alive?
Well, so far so good.
What do we do now?
Just rest a few more minutes. What do you think?
Kathy closes her eyes. John gets up and looks off in the distance.
So you ready to beat up some more guys?
I have to.
Come on. We have unfinished business.
Exterior field, day. Duke is on foot moving between the houses. He hears some movement, a whispering through an open window.
I've got something.
What is it?
Hearing voices in the house.
Verify and report back. No mistakes.
Interior house, day. Duke enters the house, rifle pointed forward. Floorboards creak under his feet as he cautiously moves in. He hears movement in an adjoining room, fires several shots into a doorway.
All right, come on out. Those are warning shots.
Duke stands still, eyes on the doorway. Behind him, he hears the floorboards creaking, turns to see a few squatters stand there holding shovels, axes, etc. Smack! He's nailed in the face with a shovel, knocking him to the floor. Still holding his rifle, he fires several shots upward, striking the one with the shovel. Gets to his feet and aims the rifle at the mini mob. They stand still, their own weapons ready to lunge. Out of nowhere, another shovel knocks his rifle upward. Several rounds go off into the ceiling. The mob descends on him. He's grabbed from behind and is struck by the weapons. He falls to the floor and reaches into his vest, pulls out a handgun and fires at the onslaught. Several go down as Duke leaps out a window. Exterior yard, day. Lands on the ground, dazed and bloodied as he gets to his feet and runs into the brush. The squatters pour out a back door in pursuit. They throw rocks and handheld tools at him. Exterior field, day. Duke comes upon a swamp, looks back and hears the mob approaching, puts his gun in his belt and starts swimming across it. His blood now covering the surface as he struggles to swim. Looks back and sees the mob at the water's edge. He laughs and keeps swimming. Suddenly, he's grabbed by the jaws of an alligator, screams and is pulled under. Several other alligators swim up to the scene. He surfaces, arms flailing all about, goes under again, and the alligator does his death roll. All is quiet. The mob on the shore only watches as the surface of the water is now a swirling red color and bits of clothing mixed in. Exterior street, day. Travis and Miguel are driving slowly. Miguel is on the radio.
Duke, where are you? You see anything? Duke! Duke!
I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, you better not.
Better let Jerry know.
Jerry, getting nothing from Duke. They probably got him too.
That means they're still on the north side.
We go now.
Exterior yard, day.
Come on, babe, we gotta go.
Is it safe?
I don't know. Just keep our eyes open and just keep moving south. We have to stay on the streets.
No.
We don't have a choice. Just have to run.
Exterior highway, day. Officers Mendez and Knowles are finishing up a traffic stop. Head back to their vehicle.
Central, we're 10-8 here.
10-4. Have another call coming in.
185, go ahead.
We have another report of disturbance at the Plantation Estates.
They look at each other like, again?
Central? Where exactly are the reports coming from?
Call came from the Sunrise Trailer Park, north side.
That's just north of there, across from Leland Swamp.
10-4 Central, we're 1051.
At least it's daylight.
Well, at least we're getting overtime.
Exterior street, day. John and Kathy are running, looking at all street signs for the S. They keep their eyes looking all around. Just ahead, they see a cloud of dust and headlights down the street, fast approaching. They get off the road and duck down in some bushes. It's Travis and Miguel speeding by. They wait and then start running again. Exterior, another street, day. Jerry is driving around.
I'm on the north side.
We're on our way.
Exterior, another street, day. Mendez and Knowles are approaching. From the other direction, they see Travis's truck. Hit their lights and siren.
Same one from last night.
Damn, I had a feeling.
They get right behind the truck. It pulls off and stops. Mendez and Knowles take positions, guns drawn on either side of the car.
Driver, show me your hands.
Passenger, do the same.
Both comply.
What's the problem, officer?
Just do as he says.
Driver, slowly exit the vehicle.
Travis's door begins to open. Suddenly, Jerry's truck appears from behind, screeches to a halt, and Jerry produces an AR-15 assault rifle, starts firing on the officers. They dive into their vehicle, now rocked by the impact of the rounds. Tires are flattened. Lights are shattered.
Central, this is 185-10-4 at Hudson Street, Plantation Estates. Taking heavy fire. Send available units now. Suspect one white male in a late model pickup truck.
Miguel and Travis take off. Jerry continues firing, stops to reload, giving Knowles time to lean out of his side of the car and fire his weapon at Jerry. In a panic, Jerry turns around and flees in the other direction. Exterior, dirt road, day. John and Kathy are running again. Jerry, speeding down the same road, sees them up ahead, picks up his radio.
I got him. Dead ahead of me. Peak Sill Road, running south. Just look for my truck.
Interior truck, day.
Go after them.
Finally.
Turn around, head down Palmetto Lane, and avoid those cops.
Right.
Exterior dirt road, day. John and Kathy see Jerry's truck coming right at them. Once again, they disappear off the road and into some bushes. Jerry's truck goes from 60 to 0 miles per hour in 2 seconds, kicking up dirt and sliding to a stop. He gathers a few guns and runs in the same direction where John and Kathy just disappeared. Exterior highway, day. Several police cars come speeding down the highway, lights and sirens going full blast. Exterior yard, day. Kathy and John come up on another group of homes. They hear Jerry screaming out for them nearby. They run into one of the homes. Interior house, day. They run in and duck down into a front room. John has one of his guns at the ready. Kathy is both panicked and exhausted. They see a silhouette of Jerry passing by a window. John aims his gun. The silhouette stops for a moment, then keeps moving.
I know you're around here. You're not gonna make it.
Exterior yard, day. Jerry sees the front door of a house slightly opening and closing, banging onto the door frame.
I know you're in there.
Interior house, day. John and Kathy move to the back of the house. Jerry pokes his gun inside and peeks through a crack in the door. Boom! He kicks the door down and begins spraying the front room with gunfire. Stops. No sound. Then he hears a hissing sound from the kitchen. Moves cautiously toward the sound.
Damn rattler. Hope you got him.
Moves closer to the kitchen and leaps in, rifle pointed forward. Stops. Sees a propane canister in the middle of the kitchen. Suddenly realizes what's going on. John is crouched behind in the back doorway, gun aimed at the canister. Jerry sees him.
What the fuck?
Surprise!
John unloads his gun at the canister. Sparks fly, and the kitchen and back area of the house explode in a fireball that goes in all directions. John is blown backwards and lands in the yard. Exterior yard, day. Kathy runs up to John, who's shaken but all right.
You okay?
Yeah, let's get into his truck. Pray the keys are still in it.
Exterior dirt road, day. They run up to Jerry's truck. Keys are in it.
Get in. It's a break where we've been waiting for you.
Thank God.
Thank you later.
Suddenly, several shots ring out from behind them. The back window of the truck shatters. It's Travis and Miguel coming right up on them. John pulls out his remaining gun and fires his last rounds at them. Their truck screeches to a halt and backs up in the other direction. John puts the truck in gear and floors it. Travis does the same. Exterior entry gate, day. Police cars are entering the area.
Unit 185, we're 2 minutes from your position.
Need fire units too. Heard an explosion down the road and seeing smoke just south of our location.
Send 2 units into their location. Other units set up roadblock at the gate at 197. We'll send the air units.
Exterior streets, day. Travis's truck pursues John. Miguel leans out the window and fires at them. Both trucks take corners on 2 wheels. The chase leads them both back onto the dirt road where they see 2 police cars coming down the road.
Oh, we got company.
Slow down.
What?
Slow down.
Miguel reaches back into the jump seats and grabs an assault rifle, leans out the window and fires at the approaching cars, disabling them.
Shots fired. We have shots fired at this location. Code 1024. Need an additional unit in air patrol.
Got you.
Damn it, they're getting away.
Then go.
Exterior streets, day. Travis and Miguel are speeding in the direction where John took off.
Damn, they disappeared again.
Find them.
What about the cops back there?
We can hide if we need to. I still have backup people. They're now in a truck and still don't know where to go. Just find them.
Travis drives ahead.
Should have gotten out of there when we could.
Whoa, stop.
What?
Look down there.
Down a side street, they see Jerry's truck. It has smashed into the side of a house. Smoke rises from it, and it's bleeding fluids.
Oh, son of a bitch lost control.
I knew they couldn't get far. Let's get them.
They drive up on the truck, exit, and with several guns move slowly up on the truck. Nobody's inside. They look around the exterior of the homes. Nothing but open fields.
One of these homes.
Look for a blood trail.
Travis enters one home, Miguel another. Interior house, day. Travis kicks in a door, sprays fire all over the living room, stops. Goes into a bedroom, fires several shots into a closet door, stops. Nothing. Goes to another room. Exterior yard, day. Miguel is moving around the houses, looking in bushes. Here's Travis's gun going off in the houses and keeps looking. Interior garage, day. John and Kathy are up in a makeshift attic in the ceiling, lying prone. Don't make a sound. They hear the gun going off in the house. Exterior highway, day. More police units are coming through the gate, being directed by an officer standing sentry.
They're a few miles down on Peekskill Road.
A police helicopter flies low overhead, speeding to the scene. Exterior, dirt road, day. A police car comes up to Mendez and Knowles' location. They jump in.
You okay?
Yeah, head north. 2 pickup trucks, armed and dangerous. Let's go.
All units proceed with caution.
Interior garage, day. Travis slowly opens the door. With rifle pointed forward, he looks around. Sunlight struggles to shine through a couple of dusty windows. Travis sees a utility closet at one end and fires. Nothing. Sees an old meat freezer in a corner.
Not possible. If you're in the freezer, it won't stop my rounds from penetrating. Better come out.
Nothing. He slowly approaches and with his gun aimed forward, reaches with his other hand and pulls the door open. Just a bunch of rotted, frozen food and meat. The stench overwhelms him for a moment and he backs away. Hears something overhead. John dives out of the attic and lands right on top of Travis. The momentum pulls them to the ground. John's arm around Travis's neck. Travis tries to control the rifle and it fires upward, narrowly missing Kathy, still in the attic. The gun empties. John still has Travis around the neck. Travis throws an elbow into John's ribs, releasing him from the grip. John struggles to get to his feet. Travis gets to his feet and pulls a Bowie knife from his belt and starts towards John. Kathy flies out of the attic, striking Travis in the back, knocking him against a shelf unit. Travis turns his attention and the knife to Kathy, who backs away. Wham! Travis is hit by a board slung by John. Wham! Another shot dazes him. Wham! Another hits his arm and he drops the knife. Kathy approaches from the back and kicks him in the groin. Wham! John delivers another blow to his face as Travis falls to his knees in pain. John stands there trying to catch his breath. Kathy walks up to John, takes the board from him, and looks at Travis. Wham! Wham! Delivers several more blows to his head, splintering the board, and then front kicks him right in the face. Travis collapses, now a bloody, lifeless mess. Kathy picks the knife off the floor and plunges it into Travis's neck. John and Kathy look at each other in shock. Kathy is motionless, mouth agape, trying to cry or scream. John puts his arm around her.
It's okay. You did good. There's one more, and we know who that is.
Let's get that son of a bitch.
Exterior street, day. John and Kathy exit the house, both bloodied, beaten, and exhausted.
Miguel! Miguel! Game's over.
Approaching sirens are heard in the background.
You hear me? Game's over. Want one last shot? Come on out and fight like a man.
A shot rings out. John is knocked back onto the street, a blood stain on his upper arm. Kathy screams. Miguel just stands across the street laughing. Tries to fire another shot, but his gun is empty. Starts to reload as Kathy grabs John and they head back into the house. Miguel hears a helicopter fly overhead, looks up, then looks at the two of them scrambling into the house.
I have two vehicles in sight just west of you off the dirt road. Looks like two pickup trucks. Got a guy with a gun at same location.
Miguel fires up at the helicopter.
We've spotted your location, en route. Taking gunfire. Taking evasive maneuver.
Helicopter flies off. Miguel laughs and runs toward the house. Interior house, day. Kathy helps John through the doorway, slams the door shut.
We gotta get out the back.
Several shots are fired through the front door.
Come on.
They head to a back slider. Miguel appears from around a wall. They back away. John stumbles and falls to the floor. Miguel points his gun and fires more shots, shattering the sliding door. Enters, a maniacal look on his face. His gait is almost robotic.
In Cuba, this is fighting like a man. You were good, but I'm better. At least you saved me from having to pay those guys.
Fuck you!
The sounds of sirens are getting closer.
Fuck me. You can do better than that. Unfortunately, you won't have the chance. I'm gonna take you out of your misery.
Points the gun at them. Kathy tries to shield a wounded John. Suddenly the front door crashes open. Miguel looks in that direction. It's not the police. It's Billy carrying a baseball bat. Miguel fires, but Billy ducks down a side hallway. Something hits Miguel from behind. The gun flies out of his hand. It's Tara holding another baseball bat. Came in through the broken slider. He falls to his knees. John gets up and grabs the gun. Tara whacks Miguel in the back again. Billy comes from around the corner, smashes Miguel several times in the ribs with the bat, tosses it aside and picks up Miguel, who's getting to his feet, throws him across the room, then goes over and picks him up by his legs and swings him like a rag doll, smashing him into a wall. Miguel lays there, bloodied and bruised, can't move, gasps for air. Kathy picks the bat off the floor. Billy hands the gun to John.
Want to finish him off?
On one knee, John points the gun at Miguel, then drops his arm.
No. Too easy for him.
What about you?
She holds the bat, walks over to John, looks at Miguel, and tosses the bat at Billy.
He's right. Besides, I'm too tired.
Tara goes over to Kathy and hugs her. Billy helps John to his feet.
You okay, partner?
How did you know?
We heard you were still in the neighborhood.
You actually aren't that far from where we met this morning.
You're kidding.
Next time, bring a map.
The sirens are right outside the house. Police swarm inside.
Everybody freeze. Drop your weapons. Hands up.
We got a wounded man here, officer.
You heard him, sir. Do it right now.
He's not the one, it's him. He tried to kill these people.
Okay, secure him. Check him.
You okay, sir?
Hell no, I'm not okay.
Mendez and Knowles enter the house. Mendez sees Miguel.
All right, that's him. The one from last night. Cuff him.
Knowles goes over and cuffs the semi-conscious Miguel.
You're on business, huh?
Okay, let's separate everyone. Start getting statements.
Sirens continue to increase outside. Paramedics enter the house. The sound of a helicopter circling overhead is heard. Exterior street, evening. Alive with activity. Police, firemen, paramedics, emergency vehicles, a Red Cross truck, and media vans. A small crowd of homeless people watch from down the street. Police investigators are talking with Billy and Tara off on one side. At an ambulance, Kathy's on a gurner. An IV is inserted into her arm. Stares straight up, exhausted and catatonic, with cuts and bruises on her arms and face, being looked over by a paramedic.
How do you feel, man?
Her eyes roll in towards him, just staring.
Are you all right? Anything hurting?
Takes out his pen light, checks her eyes.
It's okay. Don't talk if you don't want to. We're going to stabilize you and get you to a hospital.
John is seated in the doorway of the ambulance, his arm in a sling, his face bandaged. Looks at Kathy, a guilt-ridden look on his face. Officer Mendez is finishing up his notes.
Quite an adventure you two had.
You think?
Okay, all your stories match up. I'm sorry you went through all this.
Find all the bodies?
Let me put it to you this way. Our coroner is doing overtime thanks to you.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, sorry.
John sees Miguel being wheeled out of the house on a gurney. Reporters crowd the walkway. Photographers are taking pictures.
What about him?
He's not seeing daylight for the rest of his life. Turns out he's been running a crime spree here for some time. We're matching up missing persons reports, and we're probably going to find victims' bodies all over this area. Some people just know how to work the system.
Yeah, who knew?
If you ever want to come out here and become a police officer, we can always use someone like you.
I'll stick with financial planning. That's dangerous enough.
A gurney with Miguel on it approaches the ambulance next to the one they're at.
All right if I say something to him?
You sure you want to?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Hold up a sec.
John walks up to Miguel. His face is heavily bandaged, and both his wrists are cuffed to the gurney. John approaches.
Guess is what they call poetic justice, huh?
How many more have you put through this?
Too many. Go ask the alligators. I choose to remain silent.
Where you're going, nobody's gonna hear you anyway.
Just don't forget, I've got people out there.
I'll take care of them too.
The smile disappears from Miguel's face. John just stares at him.
So, why didn't you kill me when you had the chance?
John leans in, whispers in his ear.
I want my money back.
Miguel smiles, the same maniacal little smile.
See you in hell, Hefe.
No, you first. Say hi to your buddies for me while you're down there.
Fuck you, Quaglaira.
Places his hand on Miguel's bandaged ribs and presses down. Miguel freezes, winces, stunned by the pain.
Fuck me? You could do better than that. You fucked with the wrong people. Tu eres nada pendejo, comprende? Get him the fuck away from me.
Miguel is wheeled away and placed into an ambulance.
Feel better?
No. I really wanted to kill him.
Did the right thing. I mean, leaving him for us.
I guess. So, what now?
Once this goes to trial, we'll need you and your wife to come back.
How soon?
It'll take months, maybe longer. Trust me.
Okay. Does it include a free trip to Disney World?
I'll see what I can do. We better get you and your wife to the hospital.
John looks over, sees Billy and Tara talking to investigators, also being cleaned up by the Red Cross workers.
What about them?
Who?
Those two, the ones who saved us.
Oh, they'll need to show up too.
I mean, what happens to them? All of them.
Oh, the homeless? I can't say what happens to them. Hopefully things work out for them. I'm sure that the local government will step in and help.
Yeah. Hopefully, or claim bankruptcy just like these people did.
Yeah, the system is sure messed up. See you at the hospital.
John gets into the ambulance, goes over to Kathy and gives her a kiss on the forehead, holds her hand. Ambulance door closes and it winds its way through the maze of vehicles and people. Superimpose on screen 2 weeks later. Interior Miami International Airport, afternoon. John and Kathy get out of a cab. Still a few cuts and bruises on their faces. John's arm in a sling.
You sure you're okay to fly?
Kathy forces a smile and nods.
Let's just go home.
Interior terminal, afternoon. They walk up to the ticket counter. Very stoic looks.
Checking in any bags? Oh yes, you are.
John and Kathy Pearson, there's their IDs.
LA, huh? Going back home?
Yeah, going home.
Enjoy your stay here in Miami?
They look at each other.
Have a safe trip home. Hope to see you again.
They just grin and walk away. TSA area. John and Kathy are checked over.
Are you two okay?
We're fine.
Needs a wheelchair or anything?
No, thank you.
At a waiting area, John reads a paper. Kathy's trying to get used to her new iPhone. Neither one are speaking. A few fellow passengers stare at them, probably recognizing them from the news. Interior plane, afternoon. Their flight home. Quiet. Kathy stares out the window. John looks straight ahead. Exterior, Los Angeles International Airport, afternoon. Plane lands. Interior, airport terminal, afternoon. They wait for their luggage. People walk by, stare and point. Interior, Uber car, afternoon. Kathy and John in the back. A young male driver, early 20s, tries to do some small talk with them. Plays some kind of hip-hop music on his radio. John grows a little impatient, leans forward.
We can dispense with the small talk now. Just get us home, please.
Interior house, night. John and Kathy's. Assorted cards saying, welcome home, glad you're home safe, get well soon, God watched over you. Bouquets of flowers, balloons saying welcome home are littered all over the living room. Kathy and John on a sofa watching TV. John has a drink in his hand and Kathy's head on his lap. He gently strokes her hair. Interior kitchen, morning. Kathy is seated at a breakfast nook drinking coffee and blankly staring out the window. Her iPhone buzzes, then dings from a message. She picks it up, puts on the speaker.
Hi Kathy, it's Mom. Haven't heard from you the last few days. Just checking in to see how you two are doing.
Interior den, morning. John is on his computer reviewing the stock market reports. Stacks of client files are all over his desk. His appearance unkempt. His iPhone buzzes several times and dings several saved messages. He picks it up and puts it on speaker.
Hi, this message is for John Pearson. My name is Dave Moran. I'm the producer at NBC.
Without looking at the phone, John deletes it.
Hello, I hope I've reached John Pearson. This is Karen McCauley from the LA Times.
Delete, delete, delete. Exterior yard, afternoon. Kathy is doing yard work, sees something long moving across the ground, jumps back and screams. It's John pulling a garden hose to some rose bushes. Interior living room, night. Again on the sofa watching TV. A news report comes up on the foreclosure market and how it's affecting interest rates. John, no emotion, turns off the TV. Exterior street, morning. A trash pickup truck comes rumbling down the street. Interior bedroom, morning, same time. John and Kathy are jolted awake by the rumbling sound of the truck. Look at each other and lay back down. John holds her tightly. Interior restaurant, night. A dinner out. They sit quietly, talking. A waiter approaches.
Good evening, folks. My name is Robert, and I'll be taking care of you tonight. Something to drink?
Yeah, I'll have a scotch and soda, and my wife will have a Chardonnay.
6-ounce pour or 9?
9.
Any appetizers?
No.
Potato skins, fried zucchini.
Thank you.
Would you like to hear tonight's specials?
Look, pal, just get us our drinks and we'll order later. If we want a damn appetizer or hear your specials, we'll ask. Quit trying to up the bill and just get our damn drinks.
The waiter freezes. The restaurant is eerily quiet. Everybody's looking at them. John composes himself and looks down. Kathy is unemotional.
Just the drinks for now. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Later, they finish up their dinner, seem a bit more relaxed. A few tables over, flames rise from another table. People at the table cheer. It's Cherry's Jubilee. Kathy is shaken by this, turns her head away. John sees this and calls to the waiter.
Check, please. Now.
Interior psychiatrist's office, day. They're getting in with a psychiatrist, 50s, woman, hair pulled back, glasses, holds a clipboard on her lap. Seated across from her, John and Kathy.
And how have things been going since last week?
Still difficult. Can't drive down the street without our heads on a swivel. The fear factor is still there.
Have you made any additional effort to go out at night?
Yes, it's been difficult. The flashbacks keep coming up. I mean, when we see a fireplace in a restaurant or a car backfires.
But you have been getting out at night.
Yes.
Okay then, that is a step in the right direction. I'll give you some new exercises, both mental and physical, you can do to help cope and clear your minds. Now, how are you doing at work?
Well, I'm still working from home.
Interior garage day. John is punching and kicking a heavy bag hanging from the rafters, lifts weights, does some deep breathing, meditates. Exterior street day. Kathy jogs. A car comes speeding down the street. She turns but does not react to it, just smiles, confident. Exterior yard day. Kathy does Tai Chi in her backyard. Interior Mexican restaurant night. They're at a dinner, talking, laughing, and having margaritas. A flaming platter of fajitas at the table next to them. They don't flinch. Exterior street night. They've left the restaurant and are walking down the street to the car. Down a side street, they hear some yelling. Take a look. Two street toughs, early 20s, are taunting a homeless man, 60, sitting against a wall.
What's the matter, old man? Need money for drugs or something?
Yeah, we can hook you up if you want, but we need money first.
He kicks the old man's change can away. Coins fly out of it.
My money!
You call that money?
You call that a home?
Picks up some broken down boxes and throws them over a wall.
Just moved to a new zip code.
They both laugh in a taunting tone.
No, please, just leave me alone. I didn't want things like this. Don't you understand?
The two toughs are about to take some more of his items.
The hell are you doing?
They turn to see John and Kathy standing there.
Who the hell are you?
Leave him alone.
Say what? Get lost.
Morning.
Hey, fuck you.
John and Kathy look at each other.
Fuck us. You can do better than that.
Jeez, it's Mr. and Mrs. Terminator.
Pulls a knife. John and Kathy don't flinch.
I'm gonna take you out and then take your old lady for a ride.
John puts Kathy behind him. The tough steps up to John and swings the knife. John blocks it, grabs his arm, locking his elbow as the knife drops. Spins around, throwing an elbow into his face. Grabs his arm and twists it behind his back, forcing him to his knees. Kathy walks up and kicks him in the stomach and then the groin, then a crescent kick to his face. He collapses to the ground.
Homeless people have feelings too, you know. And I'm not old.
Tough 2 stands there, mouth agape, frozen in fear.
You're next.
John flinches in a threatening manner. The tough gathers himself and sprints off in the other direction, swearing out loud. John goes over to the homeless guy.
You okay?
Yeah, thank you. Whoever you are.
John takes a $20 bill from his pocket.
Get yourself something.
Thank you, brother.
John and Kathy walk off, a look of accomplishment on their faces.
You okay?
Never better.
I think we're done with therapy.
Oh yeah, I think we are.
You know, if we ever end up in another, like the one we went through, I'll make you my bodyguard.
If you ever put me through another situation like that again, I'll kill you myself.
Speaking of the homeless.
I think, I was thinking the same thing.
Exterior hotel entrance day. Superimpose on screen 1 month later, back in Florida. A taxi cab pulls up to the hotel. Billy and Tara get out, looking clean, well-groomed, and wearing old clothes. They look around, don't quite know why they are there.
Let me get your bag, sir.
You said this was paid for?
Yes, sir. Prepaid, and that includes the tip.
He loads several items of older-looking luggage onto a pushcart.
Enjoy your stay, sir.
Thank you.
Well, shall we go inside? See what this is about?
That's what the driver said we should do. I don't remember entering a contest.
Interior hotel lobby day. They enter, take a look around, and go to the front desk. A well-dressed young man approaches.
Good afternoon. Are you checking in today?
Yeah, we were brought here. A cab picked us up.
Oh, yes. You're the Cavernos. Welcome.
I'm sorry, but I'm not clear on what this is about.
Yes, a reservation was made in your name by a party which did not wish to be identified. All paid for.
A couple days?
No, ma'am. The reservation is for 2 months.
2 months? Oh my god.
2 months. Must have been someone really nice.
They didn't leave a name?
No, sir, they did not. Okay, if you can just sign here. With your stay, we have free breakfast every morning from 6 to 9. Our pool is open until 11 at night.
Interior hotel room day. Door opens. Billy and Tara stand there almost afraid to come in. After a few seconds, they do. King suite with separate kitchen, king-sized bed, big screen TV, the works. They're both speechless. On the bed is a FedEx envelope. The shipping label, hotel address, their names and room number.
What is it?
I don't know.
He opens it, instantly sees a large assortment of $10, $20, and $100 bills in it. Pulls out a note that says, like the good Lord said, we all enter each other's lives for a reason. We've gotten on with ours. Now is the time for you to get on with yours. John and Kathy Pearson. There's something else. A cashier's check made out to William and Tara Kavanaugh for $50,000. Tara bursts into tears. Billy gets a little choked up himself.
I'll be damned. It was them.
Tara wraps her arms around Billy. They stand there taking in their new surroundings. Fade to black. Roll end credits.